G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode number 13 of the East German save with Dynamo Dresden trying to win the Bundesliga title. Blooming heck, this has been a tough one. Let's go and have a look and see what's been going on. So, looking at the transfers, well, financially wise, 73 million in the bank now. Still got 42.5 million in the transfer budget. There's been some moving around, I would say. So let's have a little look. So before the tick over, obviously, I alluded to this on the last episode. Adriano Gomez came in on a free transfer. Really good player. Hasn't played too many games yet, but is still settling into the side. As a side note of that as well, I did notice that the games for some reason, screwed up the squad registration for him, and he didn't play, I don't think, for the entire season when he joined. No, he didn't. He played a couple of continental games. That was it. I don't know why the game did that. It's annoying. But if we have a look at the rest of the transfers, sorry, we'll get onto this. And before the tick over, there was one sale. And that is, sadly, Jean Santiago. Over the last couple of seasons, his game time has dropped. He was getting unhappy. One of my really good wonder kids when I brought him in, and he was really good, but as you can see, the game time just dropped off, the goals dropped off, his output dropped off. So I cashed in 21 million, almost doubled my money on him. I think that's a pretty decent deal. And then we go over and we made another 21.5 million. Desiree Doué has gone to Saudi Arabia, unfortunately. Seamus Munn, who I brought in, has gone as well. He's gone out on loan. And then Bernardi has gone back to Argentina for 1.2 million. Sandro, like I alluded to last episode, has gone to Valladolid for 3.2 million. Leandro Morgala has gone to Saudi Al-Qadza for 5.5 million. And Ramon Clerc has gone to Real Madrid for 15 million. But they loaned him back to me for a season, so hopefully he'll be a good squad player for us. I'll be quite happy with that. Then, obviously, Ramon Clerc I just talked about. Brought in Thierry Mabombo from Club Bruges, another free transfer, another attacking midfielder. Gives me another attacking option throughout the season. Then, probably the best free transfer I've had in this save so far. Jordi Mocchio, real life player. At the start of the game, he starts off in Belgium, where he plays for Ghent. And then he goes on to Ajax, I believe. Yes. And he was Ajax for the entire time. And he's been on my scout list for ages. And I never had the money to buy him. And then his contract just ran out. And look at him. 27 years old, a centre-back in his prime. Okay, he doesn't like the big games and he's got injury issues. But for some reason, he's got injury issues, but has natural fitness at 17. I've never really understood that. But physically, brilliant. Great anticipation, concentration, leadership and positioning. That's what I wanted more than anything. A little bit more leadership in the team. Great tackling and great heading. Awesome centre-back. Awesome centre-back for a free transfer. And he also comes in as my vice-captain. So that's pretty decent. Then two more. And I'll come on to the Colombian in a second. But Anis Abdelli from Al Sadd was another one that was on the transfer list. And I thought, you know what? Tunisian centre-back at 24 looking like this. Yes, please. So I brought him in. He's now valued up to 60 million, and I brought him in for 16.5. Can't complain of that. But this one, what a find by my scouts. Oswaldo Mena. He was on the transfer list because his contract was going to run out, and I bought him in for 1.7 million from America de Calais. Look at this guy. At 22 years old, consistent, likes the big games, hardly any cons, and it's just getting better and better and better. This guy could, with a professional personality, he could be a superstar. Superstar in our central midfield, and so much so, he's actually getting the game time already and is producing the goods. I really can't complain of that. And that's the transfer business, but if we have a look at the tactics, I'm not putting any players in. If we have a look at the pick without restriction, picking the best 11, there's the change. Zapata in goal, Abdelli and Mocchio, Cabral and Sangyun. New look defence. The cat is still here. I honestly thought somebody would come in for him. Looking at the mentals and the physicals that he's got, but nobody's come in for him. And I'm more than happy to keep him. More than happy to keep him because he's been brilliant for us. And he is now coming into, what's that? This is his 8th season at the club. And I've managed to keep hold of him. Stalwart in the centre midfield. Widrego and Mena, Carboni, Bondarenko and Fries. Really good side. Very happy with that. and I think we stand a good chance of at least putting on a good show to try and win the league this year. We may not win it. Dortmund, Bayern Munich and Leipzig, they're still very, very strong. But we'll see. We'll see how we're going. Because obviously we've got Champions League football again this season. And obviously the Pokal. And we've got Bayern Munich in the second round. Come on. Ugh. That's not fun. That is not fun at all. Oh well. There we go. So, here we go. Season number 13. Let's go and roll a highlights reel. See how we get on. Fingers crossed we can make a good showing in the Champions League again. I am not hopeful about the Pokal anymore. And hopefully give a good account of ourselves in the league and maybe even a title challenge. Let's go and find out, shall we? Our second season in the Champions League got off to a flyer. After beating Leipzig 2-0, more wins versus Roma and Lille, in between the losses to PSG and AC Milan, meant we qualified 13th. We went to Serbia for the knockouts and lost 2-1, but at home we battered Zvezda 4-1 to set up a round of 16 tie with Liverpool. Sadly, this was our journey's end as they battered us 6-3 on aggregate. In the league, we wanted to build on last season's success, and we did. Losing only 2 before Christmas, and then after Christmas, we only lost 1 more game, but winning 13 of our last 14 fixtures, including a 5-3 versus Stuttgart, a 1-0 versus Bayern, a 1-0 versus Dortmund, and a 2-0 versus Leipzig, held us up to the top of the table. And we won our first ever Bundesliga title and completed the challenge. What can you say about that? It's done. It is done. The challenge is done. Oh, my word. I can't believe that. What a season we have had. Right, let's go and have a look at the league table first because this is brilliant. Dynamo Dresden are the Bundesliga champions. Number one. And you know what? Actually, we deserved it. 27 wins this season, only 4 draws and 3 losses. We deserved it. And we had the second best goal difference in the league as well. Thoroughly deserved it. Absolutely and thoroughly deserved it. If you have a look at the profile and go on to there. Robin Fries, second in the Golden Boot behind Sechko. Average rating, Robin Fries and Maynard, debut season. We'll have a look at him in a second. Nobody in the clean sheets. Player in the matches, Robin Fries. Assists, Fries and Wedrego. Fries has had a blinding season. What a signing that was for, 12, 14 million, something like that. Absolutely. We went highest game run without losing, 14 games. Oh, I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy with that because that is not only the challenge completed, but the fact that we've actually managed to win the Bundesliga. Yes. But other competitions as well. We gave a good account of ourselves in the Champions League. Yeah, the Pokal, I knew we weren't going to get past Bayern Munich there. For some reason, I just had that feeling that even though we're playing at home, Bayern Munich, they were going to beat us. I don't know why, I just felt it. If we have a look at the league phase, we got through into the knockout rounds and then obviously into the playoff round, and we knocked out Red Star, Crvena Zvezda, 5-3 on aggregate. We had to pull it back, and then round of 16 we ended up coming against Liverpool. Is what it is, but I'm not expecting the Champions League. That's not what the challenge is about. But we have won the Bundesliga. Mainly down thanks to Bondarenko and Fries. What a partnership they've cultivated together. 25 and 18 from Robin Fries. That's actually better than Dalbin's output a couple of seasons ago. And look at his improvement. Look at his improvement. Physically amazing, mentally amazing, but his technicals have improved so much. And the fact, actually, it's his positioning and concentration that's improved. I think they've gone up by like 3 or 4 points in the couple of seasons that he's been here. And it just goes to show, 48 games, 25 goals in total, and 18 assists. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a player we have signed here. 2 seasons, he's hit the ground running. Albeit it was patchy at the start, but those 2 seasons, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Then obviously Bondarenko, he's been at the club now for 6 seasons now, and his output has just improved season upon season, and he has developed into an absolute worldie of a deep line forward. He's like the Russian Bobby Firmino. what a player he is, and he is wanted by like I was going to sell him to Leipzig, not a chance. And then Carboni, again, brilliant signing, 32 years old now. I did consider selling him a couple of years ago to bring through a younger player, but I just couldn't bring myself to it. 13 goals, 11 assists, again from him. Looking at 4 seasons with us, and he's been brilliant for every single season. Cannot fault him. Carboni, if you've not bought him on this game, get him. And then, obviously, before I come to Menya, we had Wadrego, who got 8 and 11. Mokio, 6 goals. 6 and 6 in 15 games from Mabombo. Sayer got 5 goals. Gomez even picked up a couple of goals as well. 9 assists from Sang-hyun. What about Cabral? He only got 2 assists, but he only played 16 games. He may have got an injury this season. Not really. No, just his output wasn't as good. I think maybe, actually, where is he? Where is he? Abdal. This could be a reason why he's not played as much. Yeah. Anis Abdali has been playing at right wing back. Maybe I should put Cabral in for the season, but at the end of the day, it's kind of worked out for us. Oswaldo Menya, I was going to show you guys, and if I carried on with him a couple more seasons, this guy would just be utterly outstanding. He really would. 5-star all the way through. What a debut season. 44 starts, 3 sub appearances, 9 goals, 8 assists, with a 7.25 average rating in your first season, and you'll win the league. You can't ask for more than that. Actually, if we have a look at the tactics, I'm going to put a pick without restriction best 11 for the final time. Zapata in goal, Abdelli, Trelez, Mokio, Sang-hyun, Decat, Menya, Wadrego, Carboni, Bondarenko, and Fries. That is a really, really good side. I'm very, very happy with that. And also, financially wise, the Champions League money is starting to roll in now. 55. You give me a transfer budget like that now that I've won the league? That's annoying. Oh, I hate it when a game does that. But overall, only 11 million left in the debts. That's probably going to be paid off next season. Obviously, another Champions League run. If I wanted to continue to save, I would. But 110 million in the bank. The club is in a really, really good position. The reputation has gone up again. For some reason or another, I don't know why, it hasn't added the Bundesliga in yet. But it will do. We'll have that trophy right there. And we've been... I can't fault it. Okay, yeah, it's been a tough challenge with its ups and downs. But more than anything, we got there in the end. We got there in the end. There we have it, folks. That is the end of the challenge. 13 seasons it's taken to take Dynamo Dresden from the bottom tier of German football, the Dry Liga, all the way up to the Bundesliga, to the top, and yo-yoing between that mid-table point, Europe, mid-table, Europe, mid-table, Europe, mid-table, and then in the last couple of seasons finally managed to find the right formula and get that team going. Challenge for the title last season, albeit we failed, and then this season we just hit the ground running and kept on going, and Dresden are now Bundesliga champions. I thank you. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out for the new series that are going to be coming once I've got a new up-to-date database downloaded. There will be a few other things coming along, but I'm going to put some community posts out to keep you updated on what is actually happening. Well, as I say, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series, and join me for the next one. I'll see you guys later. Ta-ra.